Well, more explosions, more violence over there in Gaza. It is ugly. Apparently, the people who live in Israel have to wake up to this kind of crap every single day. And look, I am not one of these people who believes that Israel has never done anything wrong. I think that's absurd. But they are our ally. And I hate it that anybody in this world has to wake up with the possibility of rockets falling on their kids' playgrounds every single day. I think it's absolutely horrific what Hamas has done to that region. I think it's horrific that it has been allowed to go on as long as it has. I think Israel should be commended by how generous and how nice they have been, considering they hold the complete military capability of wiping Palestine completely off the map. And more than anything else, I think it sucks that we have American politicians who are terrorist sympathizers. And I don't know a nicer way to put that. I'm not trying to be extreme. But think about what we've seen, especially over the past couple of years. Think about the comments we've seen from people like Rashida Tlaib. Think about Ilhan Omar being caught on camera laughing when asked about Al-Qaeda. What am I supposed to make of that, ladies and gentlemen? And what am I supposed to make of this huge shift on the left, the socialist left, about their hatred of all things Israel? Look, you can agree or disagree about how involved we should be in Israel's affairs, but we can all agree they're an ally, right? In no way can that really be debated. And then we have the fact that they're surrounded by enemies of ours, although gratefully under President Trump, we appear to be making more friends over there than enemies. And that we have people like Bernie Sanders out there. He's giving statements like this. The Israeli people have the right to live in peace and security. So do the Palestinian people. I remain concerned about the platform AIPAC provides for leaders who express bigotry and oppose basic Palestinian rights. For that reason, I will not attend their conference. And for those of you who don't understand what AIPAC is, it's obviously a pro-Israel PAC. I've actually been to one of their conferences before. It's not political. It is flooded with Republicans. It's flooded with Democrats. It's just simply a pro-Israel PAC, and it's certainly not an anti-Palestinian PAC. It's an anti-shooting rockets into our playgrounds PAC. I would think that would be something that every single American could get behind, only apparently that only applies to the freedom-loving Americans, which, of course, Bernie is not. AIPAC released a statement in response saying, Senator Sanders has never attended our conference, and that is evident from his outrageous comment. In fact, many of his own Senate and House Democratic colleagues and leaders speak from our platform to over 18,000 Americans from widely diverse backgrounds. Democrats, Republicans, Jews, Christians, African Americans, Hispanics, Americans, progressives, veterans, students, members of the LGBTQ plus community who participate in the conference to proclaim their support for the U.S.-Israel relationship. Again, I will circle back to what I said in the very beginning. I understand when people out there want to talk about the United States, our assistance to Israel. I get that. I personally like it because Israel hates all the people we hate. I think it works out fine, but that's a perfectly legitimate conversation to have. Where you cross from that conversation into illegitimacy is when you say, sure, it's some rockets in a playground, but Israel sucks too. That's awful. And what's really terrible is that the left, the American left, has been able to get away with this for years. They encourage it. Do people understand what actually goes on inside Palestine? You understand that their children, there are plenty of videos about this online, pictures of it online. Their children, I don't mean 20 years old. I don't mean 15 years old. I'm talking 5 and 6 years old. Their children are taught to fight and kill Israelis, are taught to dress up like terrorists and go in and blow people up, that daily they're trying to cross the border and stab and kill people. More than anything else, maybe we ought to just all bow our heads every now and then and say a prayer for the people who have to live like that every single day in Israel, because they are a country who just wants to have peace with people around them, and everybody around them wants to kill them, and I think that freaking sucks. Hey, thanks so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me.